Got it. What the hell's going on here? I think my cigarette company just changed the way they put the packaging in. You know how many years it took me to figure out how to do all this cool stuff? I learned that from, who's the guy that played Kojak? Telly Savalas in the movie Kelly's Heroes, in which there was Captain McGavin, whatever, the captain from the Love Boat. He was in Gavin McLeod. He was in that movie. Clint Eastwood. I'm going to tell you this, baby. There was one year. Oh boy, here we go. I didn't think I'd ever tell this story. And you, until I met you, this story was true. And then it just lost all credence whatsoever. When I split with that chick in Kalamazoo, like about 5 years before I met you, maybe 4, as long as 5, I'd had this hair, and when the split came, one day I'm going to tell the story about the way it even went down, but you don't need to hear that yet. As far as I know, she made it. I decided to shave my head. I said, time to just look as ugly as I possibly can. And shaved my head right after my driver's license picture. And my beard, and I was just shoom. And the first day into work the next day, the one guy said, "You look like a cancer victim." But my idea was looking as ugly as possible. Not just the guy that with a shaved head and you know, no facial hair, but as a guy that was going to let his hair grow. And I said, 6 months, no shave, no haircut, no nothing. I want to see what I look like after 6 months of just a head growing at the same rate. And that beard came in pretty fast.
Yeah, it does.
I tried to look as ugly as I possibly could because I did not want to be with another person. I needed some time to really gather who and where and why I was. Sounds like a line of bullshit, doesn't it? But it's the truth.
But, I mean, you obviously realize you're just as beautiful bald and shaved as you are with your hair long, and you're a beautiful man.
For a cancer victim.
You could be ugly if you tried.
You look like he was a temp. He was somebody they brought in to help because the angry shipping lady had stroked out from too much anger. And I was like, who, me? And they brought in some temps and said, you need help. And I said, that's no fucking help to me. This guy, the one day when they were coming, just wow. They came and threw something else on us. And this guy that was the temp turned and screamed at the top of the ceiling, "We're getting fucked in the ass!" It was the first time I laughed in months. So, we're going to talk about, what is it? What is it?
Don't forget to vote.
Do what?
Don't forget to vote.
Well, I just have to tell you that I've told you I have reputations in towns I've been in that precede me. I've heard stories about me and said, that's not bad. And I hear from somebody that knows my dental assistant that she says my dental assistant seems to think that I should be running for president. Oh boy, it takes me all the way back to the years when I was just getting back from China. I was just getting back from China and I was already running late. I've talked about this, but not everybody has time to catch up. I mean, some people go to work. There's no time to keep up with the shit that I'm saying. I just get back from China and I said, I always thought that it was time for a change. What was that? The year 2004, I believe. Yeah, I was in China from October 16th. I landed there the same day as my airborne graduation date at Fort Benning, Georgia, October 16th. I came and landed, and that's an interesting thing about being a paratrooper that people don't talk about, as far as I know, is that as a paratrooper, as soon as we get on a plane, we're packed, we put our bags over the guy's legs across from us, and he puts his across us, and we've got all this weight on us, and we just go right to sleep, and they wake you up and say, time to go. And you say, all okay, jump master. And you jump the fuck out, green light, go. And you've got that going on. But as a civilian, I always fall asleep as soon as I get on a plane, and I wake up someplace generally. But we landed, which I didn't do, in 1987 on October 16th. I never landed inside a plane. But on October 16th, 2003, I landed in fucking China or something. Yeah. And so I was there through most of that year. People say, oh, were you with the Army? Military? I'm like, what the fuck? Not since World War II. But I've been around. So here we are. I get back and I'm thinking it's time for a change. I've been joking for years. I'm afraid somebody might have heard my jokes and decided it was a good idea. Time for a fucking change. Shake it up. Let's tear everything out at the bottom. Watch its uterus hit the fucking floor and see what's left. There will be no more children with a uterus on the floor. Kick it around a bit. Kick it around. It's time for a change. It was just a joke. And wow, how people pick up on this shit. And I was going to be the youngest president ever. See, remember? I dreamed that I was president-elect. Once I found out that it was legal, if I got elected as a 34-year-old man in the beginning of November, and by January I was 35, I could be president. 35.
Okay.
35. Oh no, 35 for senator, 40 for a, no, 30 for a, 30 for a Congress, 25 or whatever. You guys know. I do too. I don't see any reason in dwelling on it. I was at the perfect age. All you got to do is math from 69 to 2004, and you got what? 35. You have to be 35 to be president. I just did it. See, you can't stop me from doing math. I know how much money it takes to get your car out of the impound.
That's why you should be president.
And so, yeah, and I was supposed to come back because I could be the youngest president ever, and people love setting records just like they love having revolutions. Haven't had one of those in a while. 6 months? No. 100 years. 200 years. 150 years. A couple hundred years. That was just because nobody wanted to listen to what anybody that fucking knew what they were talking about had to say, so they were gonna, you know how it works. Everybody thinks they're the smartest person in the world. It's like driving. You're the best driver on the road. You're doing the perfect speed limit. You know why you're doing the perfect speed limit? Because it's the beginning of the fucking COVID years, and you're not supposed to be on the road. This is a year and a half ago or so I'm talking about. And you're not wanting to get pulled over. Now you're fucking up those of us who've got to get to work that just don't do the fucking speed limit. 5 miles over. And so as it turns out, I saw a blackish man running for president in 2004 when I got back from, what do you call it? And I said, well, he's gonna shake some things up. I didn't have nearly enough time to start my campaign. Nobody even knew how old I was. Nobody can find my mug shot. It's all in there, find my shot. It's a contest video. That's a serious thing. If you fucking email me with my mug shot, I'm gonna come up with things to give to you. It's gonna be exciting. But here we go. We came around last time and somebody said, let's shake shit up. Okay, it's been shaken up. Now, wouldn't it be nice to see somebody like a paratrooper throw themselves like Jesus into the blender, into the fucking blender where they're stirring shit up, and pull out all the chunks and put them together and bring it back together. We've had shit shaken up so much, nobody trusts anybody anymore. You could start your own inaugural party and have as much of a chance of being a president as the grand old stupid white man. That's the name of a book. It really does tell how we're all fucked up. But yeah, I keep saying Schwarzenegger, Freeman, 2024. How about me and Victoria? They got a woman in the White House already, and it's the first one that hasn't been under anybody.
Never even thought of that.
Against her will.
This is how we got
Against her
married.
will.
Do you? Yes. Great. Are you okay?
I accept. Do you accept these terms? I do. Hey, Opa. Opa. I love you, baby.
I love you.
Let's drink first.
Okay.
Kiss next. and drink again. Nostrovia.
Nostrovia.
Nostrovia. Gun Bay. Gun Bay. Don't forget to vote.